Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Hi, beautiful people. How are you doing today? Honestly, I'm here, the creator and writer of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I'm here for another daily motivation. But before I even start that, I just want to thank you guys. Thank you so much for, you know, watching these videos, so for supporting me, for giving me your energy by liking them. This may not have a lot of people. I may not have like a lot of people who are, I may not be 500,000 people, but y'all, this channel has blessed my life. And honestly, to be 1,000% honest, y'all keep me honest. That makes sense. Y'all keep me honest. Like, y'all hold me accountable. A big part of me walking away from my old relationship was because I'm like, I can't be talking to them so passionately about fuck these niggas and, own your power and know you're powerful and trusting God and allowing somebody to dog me out. Like, that just don't add up. That don't make sense. Number 113. So I just want y'all to know, like, y'all, this channel has saved my life in a lot of ways. Like, it gives me purpose. It gives me something to work towards. And I just want y'all to know I'm appreciative. Like, I'm so fucking grateful. I don't take this in vain. I know what I'm doing is unusual, but I thank you for fucking with me. And I thank you for believing in me. And just thank you. Like, thank you. I just want you to know, like, I don't take you for granted. And y'all really hold me accountable in applying these principles and not making moves in fear. Like, I just want y'all to know, like, y'all are helping me change my life and helping me become the person that I want to be. So I just want y'all to know, like, I love y'all. I may not know you personally, but I really love y'all. And I just thank you for fucking with me. So thank you. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Okay. All right. Angel number 1224. God, guardian angels, ancestors. What information do you have for us to become that alchemist of our life, to help bring heaven on earth, or just to do magic in public? God, what information do you deem worthy for us to hear? Deliver these messages to me. Like, I'm going to say this one more time. Like, y'all are the reason. Like, I really was about to, like, start chasing, not even chasing, but I was really about to get back into, like, that IG social media stuff. I had all of this stuff scheduled for IG for the month of October, and it felt good, and I was proud of it. But, like, even when I, like, posted the first thing, it was like, I don't know if I want to do this, and it just, like, disconnected, and it, like, now I can't really do it anymore. I don't know how to get access to the account. And honestly, I don't care, because, like, y'all show me, like, if you just be good, you show up, people will find you. And honestly, that's how I want to make it. I don't want to make it from a fluke IG post or because somebody ran, or, like, I just want to make it because a lot of good ass people found my shit and it helped them, and then they told other people about it. Like, I want the people to make me. I don't want the algorithm or none of that bullshit to make me. So I'm putting my life in y'all hands. So don't make it break it, it's on you. It's like, no, I'm just playing. All right, y'all. So the message that came out is synthesis. Every time I see this message, I think about divine timing, and I think about everything having to work in divine order. I often think about, we wouldn't have, ultimately we wouldn't have Kanye if there wasn't for a Jay and a Dame. And we wouldn't have a Jay if it wasn't for Dame. And we wouldn't have Jay if it wasn't for, like, the list can go on and on. If it wasn't for a Big Daddy Kane or whoever inspired him, like, we have to realize, like, certain things have to happen. Like, actually, certain events and people are put in place to trigger activations within us. I told you guys this story before, Angel number 450, about how, like, Big Sean being with Jay and, like, not even just being on songs with Jay, but like Jay coming to this nigga birthday party and all this stuff, like that really fucking motivated me, because I'm like, this nigga not about to be the only person from Detroit that's with Jay. Like, no, fuck that. Like, that's my guy, daddy. Like, I got competitive age number 516. Like, I was just like, no, fuck that. Like, he's not about to be the only nigga from Detroit with Jay. Like, no, fuck that. Like, no. Like, I gotta find my way into this. So it may be silly, but it does happen that way. And then, you know, a more recent example, or maybe you guys may understand, but actually, I mean, the Read, like, people saw the success of the Read, and that's why we have 1,000 and billions podcasts, because people saw that they made it, and they like, well, they can make it, I can make it. Issa Rae, before Issa, people wasn't like Angel Number 550, people wasn't fucking with web series like that, but now people see her success, and now there's web series everywhere. So I just say all that to say that God sometimes, you know, sometimes things, the conditions, the conditions have to be right in order for you to bloom properly. So that's why you have to know that divine order and divine timing is at play. And though you have the power to create your reality, we are co-creating this bitch. And so you have to understand that though God wants your dreams and he wants all those desires to come about, he really wants things for the greater good of everybody. And so certain things have to fall in place in order for you to get your blessing. You hear what I'm saying? Like, maybe, you know, I ain't even about to, because I'm about to tell my business. Resilience. Resilience. So that's why God said be resilient. Like, don't take this shit so personally. Don't, you know, also recognizing that life works into cycles, and that, you know, you're going to have your period of where you like are riding high on the sun, and then you're going to have your moments of when you're going to have your bad days, and where you're going to have to, you know, where you're going to have to be resilient and bounce back. And I really feel like that's what, I honestly don't feel like this is like a message. This is a message for somebody who's had a lot of bad days. And God is just trying to get you to understand is that you've been so resilient. You've made it through so much. Like, what is it going to cost you, Angel Number 717, to just hold on just a little bit longer? Like, you've seen the worst of the worst. So you have to know that the best of the best is having to come. So it's like, it's time for you to make that mentality switch into where you stop operating on you time and start operating on divine time. Oh, come on, God. Delight. That's why God is saying you need to switch your focus from you time to divine timing, and just like chill out and just live on a day-to-day basis and not really worry about, okay, is the blessing coming here? Is the blessing coming there? You know, am I doing everything to bring the blessing about? Like, honestly, the fact that you're even worried about the blessing is fucking up the blessing. You know, it's keeping the blessing further away. So I really feel like what God is saying is to just have fun now. Do things that make you feel joy. Even if it's not necessarily like I feel like what God is saying, like, go have fun. Go delight yourself. You know, if you just, I'm not saying to have just wild, unprotected sex, or to just be out here just fucking anybody, to just be fucking somebody. But if, like, you need to get a nut off, and you just need to, like, you know, like, let's be honest, girls, ladies, good sex does make you vibrate better. Like, it's just not vibrating within. Like, your vibe is better, you know? And sometimes you just need to get those, you know, the cobwebs copped out. You know, just need somebody to just, you know, help you on out. And if you want to do that, then do it. Like, I feel like what God is saying is you have to take responsibility for your love and your life and, like, what makes you have fun. Like, to me, a good night is, like, going grocery shopping, chopping up some vegetables, or, like, making myself a pizza, like, and having wine. And, like, that's a good-ass night for me. I'm simple. But for you, it could be just a little bit more. Like, maybe you need to do a spa day. Like, I'm definitely doing a spa day to, like, relax and cool out. I just feel like what God is saying, instead of worrying about, well, I'll feel better when, it's like, no, feel better now. Angel Number 917. Because ultimately, what's happening is, like, you need to become healed now. If you only going to be happy when you have, you know, that job or whatever, I promise you, when you get that job, you're going to get it and you're like, wait, this isn't it. And what you're really looking for, what you're really searching for, is to become whole and to feel healed. So instead of worrying about the blessing, like, just really worry about now and, like, embracing what you have now and enjoying life now. Okay? I don't know how to clarify that anymore. I'm actually going to go back into the vortex, because this is what I feel like we need to be doing. God, clarify this message of synthesis, resilience, delight, and healing. What are you trying to get us to understand about divine timing and to focus on our healing and not our blessings, God? How can we just delight in the now and be resilient throughout life? Why is it so important for us to switch from our time to divine time? In God's name I pray, Ashe. Yeah, I just feel like he's like, you need to switch your mindsets. I'll not ask others to become different for me. Let your vibrational relationships procreate and give your undivided attention so that you become a vibrational match to it. And then when the law of attraction brings all of it together, there are not any bugs to work out. Do not ask the people who helped you define what you want to become what you want so that you can have what you want. Instead, use your willpower to focus upon what you want, and then the universe will bring that. Angel number 1101. And so this is what God is trying to get us to understand. I honestly feel like this is like low-key turning into a love reading. But this is what God is trying to get you to understand about this synthesis and this divine timing. So say, for example, you were in a relationship with a guy. And honestly, this is what happened in my relationship. I realized like there's certain things that I want. There's certain experiences that I want, honestly, in all my relationships. And honestly, to be completely transparent, Angel number 1130, I just realized like what I'm looking for is not really hard or complex, but what I'm looking for is rare because I'm looking for something real. Like I'm looking for an authentic experience. And so when I'm in connections with people who don't have that or who's not able to be authentic, I can't be mad at them and ask them to become different. All I can do is just focus on what I want and what I want to experience and then just release it. And that's what I realized with my ex, like when I started talking to him more and more, I realized like, damn, like he can't give me what I'm looking for. And for so long, I kept thinking, well, maybe he'll be this and maybe he'll change. But it's like, you can't, after a while, you have to accept people as they are. And it's like, after what I had to realize is that he just couldn't. It's not even that he couldn't. I wanted a different experience. I want to experience love in a different way. And I can't hold myself back and I can't hold him back because he's not able to do that. Okay. Last thing, other message that came out is beneficial beliefs feel better when I think them. This is about why God is saying you need to be resilient and also why you need to take accountability for your vibrational signature. Again, I can focus on being like, oh, I wasted 7 years of my life, 9 years of my life with this dude and it didn't work out. That means I'm unlovable. Or I could be like, you know what? I was with this person for 9 years. I got to really know myself. I got to know what I really want. And now I'm focusing on loving myself more, focusing on healing all my toxic ways so that I can become the partner that I'm ultimately looking for, right? You see this? It's a difference. Like one is bringing me closer to my dreams and another is bringing me further away. So that's why God is saying you really have to take accountability. It's, again, about switching from your timing to divine timing and also learning to look at things from a higher perspective. Angel number 1323. Another message that came out is for delight. Attempting to control others attracts more to be controlled. And so what God is saying is like, again, instead of you trying to force this person to be what you want them to be and nagging him and saying, well, you should do this and you should do that. God is saying, is that really beneficial for you? Is that really helping you get any closer to where you want to go? Or is that leaving you in this place where you're frustrated because this person isn't doing what you want to do, right? If you need to control somebody else, that's because there's something within you feel like you don't have control over, right? Like, so again, it's about taking the ownership, there's this thing in the Bible that says we argue not against flesh and bloods, but against the principalities. And I feel like that's what we have to also understand. It's not just about the devil and all of that stuff. It's like we attach meanings and all of certain things to certain people instead of just being like, you know what, this person was an experience. Like you have to realize He's not looking at every, like, and then again, that's why we have to stop taking things so personal. That's actually a law of, I think that's one of them laws, one of the spiritual principles or whatever, is not to take things personal. Angel number 1436, because God's not looking at it like that. God is like, okay, so I'm gonna use this person so they trigger her so that she can get closer to love, and then this person gonna do this, and this is just like God looking at it as like one big movie. I told you guys recently I was looking back over at Game of Thrones, and I was thinking about like all that shit that Sensa had to go through. But then I'm like, but damn, like, look at what she got in the end. Like, look at what she was able to get. And she would never have even been able to get that if she didn't go through what she's been through. So you got to think about it. God is looking at it in the same way. And you're never going to get to the things that you want to get to if you stay focused on trying to control somebody. If you try to control the process, you can't control the process. You have to just let it up and give, like let it up and let God, like give it up. If God say, if somebody shows you that you want something, but they can't give it to you, that don't mean that you can't have it. That means that you have to release that person so that you can really get the person who is truly meant for you. Okay. I do want to read this card. It's easy to understand how you would come to the conclusion that your path to feeling good is through influencing or controlling the behavior of others. This is the problem with white people in the world in general. But as you control, I'm sorry, if you're white, I apologize, but goddamn, look at your brothers and sisters. Number 1550. But as you attempt to control them through influence or coercion, you discover that not only can you not contain them, but your intention to them brings more like them into your experience. You simply cannot get to where you want to be by attempting to control or eliminate the unwanted. So again, it's like God letting you know that what you give your attention to is just breeds more of it. And so, I mean, we all say that. If you go looking for something in your man phone, you're going to find it. If you feel like you can't trust him, then eventually something's going to come to light to show that you can't trust him. It's like we have to start owning what we feel and validate what we feel by saying like, okay, let me just let it go. Don't control nobody. Last thing, that which is like upon itself is drawn. This whole message is coming about because God is trying to show you that you have the power to call in your divine mate. You have the power to call in your divine friendships and your divine community and all of these things, but it's not going to happen by you trying to control somebody. It's not going to happen by you trying to force somebody to be something that they can't happen. It's only going to come by you controlling yourself and controlling the thoughts that you think, because like attracts like. Everything that you perceive is vibration. In life you are living is your vibrational interpretation of it. Let's pause right there. So what God is showing is that the life that you are currently living is a reflection of your vibrational alignment. So if you have been living a lot of chaos and a lot of turmoil, unfortunately, that's letting you know that you have to do a lot of cleaning up on the inside. That's the healing that you need to do. And for me, so you can hear this in more of a practical terms, I've been through a lot of chaos. I've been through all of that, and I purged a lot of it out. And so right now I'm dealing with this. I'm in this period of isolation, but I need to be in this period of isolation for healing because I did a lot of stuff out of codependency. I was in a lot of situations just because I was scared to be alone. And so now in order to get the healing that I need to see my power in being alone. I need to see what happens. Like I've never in my life, ever, y'all, just had myself to depend on. Like I was the only person that was making the decisions of, hey, do we do this or do we not do this? It was only happening because of me. Like at the end of the day, I make choices and I make decisions because of me and nobody else. And this is the first time in my 32 years that I can honestly say that I've been in this place. And I need to be here in order to get healing, in order to see my own power. Because before I was attaching my power to being like, oh, because I was with him was why I was doing so good. And because I was attracted to them and I'm in part of their group and they helped me. It's like I was giving my power away, and I was also giving people the credit instead of seeing that it's really me and my resilience and my mind power that got me where I am today. Okay. Angel number 1852. The powerful law of attraction is at the root of everything you experience. And the ever-changing, always accurate premise of this law is that which is like unto itself is drawn. When you give thought to something, you begin the attraction process of the essence of that subject into your experience. What you have activated a thought vibration within yourself by giving attention to that subject, the process of expansion occurs. Angel number 1920. I want to give you guys a really good example for this, and I'm going to try my best without spilling all my business. Making peace with today will improve your future. That came back out. God trying to double down on us having to make peace with who we are now. God gave me a vision about who my potential partner could be. My next man could be, my husband could be. And it scared the fuck out of me. Like at first I went from being like excited to being scared to doubting myself to feeling like, well, I'm this, and I'm not in this position, and I look like this, and I'm fat, and da da da. Like doing all these things about why it wouldn't work. And then I realized, like, the more that I thought about it, the more I realized that I wanted this to happen. Like, I wanted to experience this. So then I had to make a shift. I had to be like, okay, that's also another reason why I made my decision, because I got that glimpse of my future. And I'm like, so either I can hold on to what I know, or I can go towards what it could be. I know that this person can't give me what I'm asking for. So I had to release and know that it can be better, that I'm working towards something better. And so instead of dwelling on this man in the future, what I realize is I need to just become that. Because what I realize is, well, once these books is out, like, it kind of would make sense that I would be with this person. Like, we would be on the same platform. We would, we would be on the same wavelength and all that other stuff. Like, it would make sense. It don't make sense now because I'm not there. And so it's like, instead of focusing on the I'm not there part, I'm making peace with where I am today, and I'm just becoming that. I'm just learning how to move in that, and like, what do I need to do to be okay? Because what I realize is that I still have a lot of insecurities. There's a lot of things that I want to work with, and if I end up with this person, I'm going to be in a spotlight for a long time. Like, and that's another thing I realized. I'm like, you know what? I need to enjoy being the unknown, because this shit ain't gonna always happen. I'm not gonna always be able to live this way. I'm not gonna always be able to just roll up to a bar and chill by myself and not have nobody worried about me and thinking about what I'm thinking. I'm not gonna have time to, go to the airport and people look like. My life is eventually going to change. If I become who I want to be, I'm not going to be able to do all these things that I do now. So I need to savor it. I need to savor going grocery shopping. I need to savor going to the bar by myself. Again, what thoughts get me closer to where I'm going? Does it get me closer to my going by saying I'm a loser, nothing's going to happen to me? Or does me saying, okay, I'm going to do everything I need to become my best person? I told you guys, I had this thing. I was very insecure about my face. I didn't even know how insecure I was about it until I found the girl. And I was just like, oh my God, like, oh, if this happens, then I'm really going to feel this way. I'm starting to enroll back into my workout classes. I decided that I'm just going to become that person so that I can be with the person that I can be. And it's not going to be so far-fetched. But I'm not focusing on the future so much. I'm focusing on improving myself today. And just by me doing the things to make myself feel better, I'm not only attracting differently and sending out requests so that I can pull him closer, but I'm also feeling better. I also look better. My life feel better. And it's not because I'm trying to control nobody or nothing like that, but it's because, again, I'm taking ownership of myself. Instead of trying to change my ex and force him to become this vision of what my life could be, I took ownership and said, no, I'm going to make my life become that. And it's not going to be by me controlling somebody, but just me loving on myself, taking care of myself, and feeding my creative endeavors so that like can attract like. Okay? I hope that you understood that. That was a lot. That was a lot, but I really, truly hope you understand. I really, truly hope you understood that what God is just trying to get you to understand is that this message is really, and I was, before I went into that example, we have a reading on here, a video on here that says the law of attraction is working whether you believe in it or not. And so this is what God is trying to get you to understand. Instead of you thinking that the law of attraction is working against you, this is how you can use it to work for you. So even if it's not a man or a relationship, say for example, this job is showing you that this isn't the job that you want. Again, instead of focusing on the chaos, you focus on the job that you want, the community, the organization that you do want to build. I have created, the Honesty Says mission statement and production lists. And, again, what thoughts are going to help you get closer to your goals? That the power is on you. Okay. All right, guys. Last message. What blessing comes to our life if we stop asking others to become different from us? If we stop trying to control others and just focus on our own healing? Like, what blessing would be imparted on our life if we just take the responsibility to focus on thoughts that make us feel better and focus on healing ourselves so we can attract the people that are for us? I just randomly heard a phone ringing. Yeah, I just randomly heard a phone ringing. I don't know what that means. Maybe somebody about to get a phone call. All right, guys. One more shuffle. Synthesis. I didn't get to say it. Synthesis, resilience, delight, healing. What message comes to us if we just not focus on others, but focus on ourselves? Allowing no room for doubt or confusion. Ashe. Last one more? I'll take one more. All right. So the two blessings that comes into our life is the blessing of acceptance. Every part of you is equally worthy of love. Accept yourself as you are. This will be a blessing unto yourself and others. If you wish to see the truth of the matter, hold no preference neither for nor against against a particular outcome. Just be the love that you truly are. Angel number 2544. And that's what God is trying to get you to understand. Like, don't take things personal. When you are seeing people or you are in positions of where you have a situation that's showing you that you want more or you want differently, in order to get this blessing that you truly need, don't personify that person. Don't be like, oh, well, is this mean or am I hurting this person's feelings? No, you just you're doing what you need to do for you to become healed and for you to become whole, okay? So just focus on love and ultimately focus on where you want to go. If you take ownership, focus on the positive, on thoughts that make you feel better. If you focus on not controlling others or forcing people to become who you want, but just really focus on the healing and attracting the things that you want to you, God will say you will have a blessed relationship. A blessing in a relationship. A current relationship is reflecting something that is wounded inside of you. A wound from long ago, perhaps even a past life. Look within, find the part of you that is wounded and send it love. All will heal and you will be stronger and wiser because of it. So again, if you're in a relationship or you're in a connection with somebody and they're reflecting something, a wound in you or a desire that you have, just because that person can't give it to you, it doesn't mean that you can't have it, but it do mean that you have to release that person so that you can get that person and the things that are meant for you. All right, y'all. That is all the messages I have for you. Angel number 2720. If you made it to the end of this message, please give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end of this message, you are not subscribed. What are you waiting for? Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Guys, these readings made me feel so much better. I forgot how good they feel, and I'm actually going to have to stop myself because I think I owe you guys a full moon reading next week. So I'll see you soon. Bye.